All right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. A lot to dive into and discuss in today's video. Literally, while you guys were probably, working yesterday or maybe even sleeping tonight, all of the literal hell itself under the ground has broken loose. And my goodness, I am up literally in the wee hours of the night while you're sleeping so that you can wake up to some good ALGS content. But we've got the Pro Series $10,000 finals for oversight. Then we've also got to talk about Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Just got announced for the Esports World Cup of Apex Legends yesterday. And then also Moist Esports having to let go of their roster just before the playoffs are about to begin. Crazy stuff to mention in today's video. So if you guys want to stay up to date with all things going on in the world of Apex Legends Esports, and of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's dive in to what's happening. First thing, wanted to mention the Oversight Pro Series. These are like quote scrims, but kind of like serious at this point. If you guys were not aware, they did the Pro Series finals, and this was, split one finals basically. And you did have the good results of old Space Station taking first place inside of the final, Elevate inside of second, and TSM in third. Obviously, these were taken a little bit more serious than traditional scrims, I guess you could say. Alliance in the fourth place, Oxygen in fifth place, Team Legacy in sixth place, and then the overall leaderboards were right here. You can see SSG was the match point winner, even though they actually won match point. Elevate had the most points on the night, which I thought was very interesting, man. Elevate has shown so many signs of just improvement. I'm really excited for him. TSM though in third, like I said. Then you go Fnatic, BR Demons, South American team, doing really good inside of these high quality matches. So I'm very excited for South America and their performance here going into this, and hopefully we see some upsets. Northeption in the top 10, Moist Esports in the top 10. What I thought was honestly the most surprising, Dark Zero in 16th place. Dark Zero already in land form. It's kind of funny because Dark Zero is one of those teams that we saw last year. Obviously they didn't even make it to the finals for the champs, and so it was really weird to see Dark Zero get put out of the tournament earlier last year. But we'll see if they keep that characteristic of their land performance, where honestly sometimes they don't actually show up, sometimes they do, sometimes it's inconsistent, sometimes it's really good, or if they bring it in from like Pro League where it's just straight dominance and it's every single day it's the same story. Dark Zero just wins everything. So never know, I guess, at this point what kind of Dark Zero you're going to get. So obviously stay tuned for that. But congratulations to the split one final winners for Oversight Pro Series. Also want to mention the big news, Esports World Cup for Riyadh, Saudi Arabia has been announced. And obviously we did hint this. If you guys do not follow my ApexGlobalSeries.com website, we kind of already had the info on this and a little bit of a fresh scoop weeks ago that Apex Legends esport organizations were actually getting back into the scene, not because Apex was getting so much better, but because this multi-million-dollar tournament was coming up, and basically organizations were getting paid just to simply participate, much less also the big prize pool that comes with it as well. Well, that news was accurate, and we are getting that exactly. So this was officially announced today, the Esports World Cup. Many people under the comment section were very happy and very excited. Others were very concerned about the state of the human rights stuff, and obviously EA and Respawn have a very strong stance on it. Saudi Arabia apparently does not. Well, maybe they do, but it's like apparently complete opposite. So says a lot of people, and they're like, well, in order for this event to happen, Apex and EA in general are going to have to back this. So what is their stance? Is it like money versus morals at this point? Where are we going here? But if you guys have not seen this stuff already, Cristiano Ronaldo had even tweeted a couple of months ago that it was an honor to meet with these guys, even to start their first Apex World Cup in Saudi Arabia next year. So you've got big backings in this, and there's billions of dollars that they say are going to actually add to the GDP for the nation, and 39,000 new job opportunities. It is going to replace Gamers 8, which was the Saudi Arabia Esports Federation $45 million festival in Riyadh. So very exciting stuff, and it's going to be absolutely massive. And to see that they're even paying teams that just simply want to participate is phenomenal. Very interested to see where this one goes, but obviously some controversy met with this as well. I'm honestly excited for Team Mexico to see where Legacy and the boys are going to finish. I think they're probably one of the more predominant teams going to be inside. I really hope it is a country-based thing and we don't do TSM or maybe even one of those countries that's North America, but they got one Canadian player. Let there be a Team Canada, let there be a Team USA, let there be a Team Mexico. I really would love to see the battle of the countries and see what it all comes down to. Watching Legacy win for Mexico would be absolutely awesome. Also wanted to mention the unfortunate news, and honestly Australia would be a very good team in that as well. You got so many good players over there, and here we go with the boys from Australia. Now this is Moist Esports. You guys probably are aware by now, if you haven't followed my ApexGlobalSeries.com website, we did put this out earlier today. The unfortunate news came from Charlie himself. that the Apex team Moist will be cutting their roster for ALGS due to US immigration. Very unfortunate news, but it didn't start with this tweet, but we'll go ahead and read it. Moist Esports come out to say, Moist fam, it's not been a great week. We are going to have to basically to be forced to drop their Apex team due to visas. This is the opposite of cash money. Charlie explains it all. Now in this video, Charlie goes on to basically say the following: this was a big issue with the US immigration system. They were denied, I think reapplied, denied again, and so they are under this Moist Esports blanket, and the only option to get them to actually attend the LAN was to release them so that they can actually freely go and not have to worry about the rejection that Moist keeps getting for whatever reason. So that's what basically Charlie, in my understanding, did this for the sake of the players. So really big ups to them. And they're even coming out, Walsey, to say, you know, for everyone messaging me, yes, we have been released. No, it was not Moist's fault, nor any of ours. This is just the only way we will be able to get into the US. Appreciate all the kind messages. And Moist Esports is still the greatest org on Earth. Honestly, very interested to see what they're going to do after the LAN itself, and maybe they will actually be able to acquire them. Not sure, but here's what Charlie had to say about the entire situation. He was pissed off, to say the least. Roll the clip.
So now they can't come into the country for this major. They couldn't even show up on the day to compete. Plus, they wouldn't want to do that anyway because they want time to practice, obviously. So that leaves us with only one fucking option left, and that's to cut our team. We have to release one of the best teams in the entire Apex circuit, because that's the only way they're going to be allowed in the country. They can come here as long as they're not being represented by us. As long as they are not represented by any org right now, they can come here and compete. So that's our only option, because we obviously want the best for these guys. We want them to shine at the major.
So, of course, after this, news proceeded over the next couple of hours. Their coach saying it was very sad, but yes, we have been released. Then also Moist Esports coming out to say, dang, I wonder how they'll be supported if they have no org. They're just going to change something slightly. I'm sure Charlie's probably still planning on paying them to some degree, but I'm really excited to see what they do. I would really like what Chrono had to suggest. Charlie has a new set of Angels. Welcome to the new Apex Legends roster. Charlie's Angels would be an amazing team name. Honestly, amazing graphic put together as well. Chrono was absolutely cooking with this one, and I really hope that they do something like this. It would be nice to see. And honestly, a good, I say slap in the face, but honestly, US immigration are probably not going to get offended over some Apex esports. It's just really a sucky situation that we have going on over here, and hopefully we can figure some things out soon. Also, just want to mention, it's not just them. Obviously, there's just in general visa issues going on right now, especially with a lot of the coaches, because Apex esports is not being taken as serious. And so even with people like Winnie, and I think we've even covered some other coaches here on the channel that are struggling to go to LAN, not only because EA won't cover the cost of the coaches, but then also many visas have been denied for the coaches, basically saying that it wasn't as important of a slot as the players, I guess. And so Winnie says, hey, I'm the coach for a free agent team, Serenity. Unfortunately, EA doesn't cover the coaching travels expenses, so any help funding my trip would mean the world to me, and I've poured out my heart into helping my team and would love to be there with them. All funds go towards flights and accommodation. And like I said, Winnie is not the only one to deal with this. We even saw some other coaches have some visa issues with their coaching slots, but multiple coaches having issues getting into the actual LAN event just for travel expense sake. And I know it's a lot, so I cannot imagine the financial pressures that this puts people under. Interested to see what you guys have to say about all the conversations down in the comment section below. Of course, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date with all things inside of the world of Apex Legends esports. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.